BXB. It's in the game!
Hello fans, did you miss me? So this is Kickass Commandos and, well, I mean, just look at it. Does it need further explanation? I suppose there might be a story behind all this mayhem, but if there is, I can't hear it for all the gunfire and screaming. As far as I can tell, the aim is to make literally everything explode until you and your friends are the only things left intact on each level. That's certainly been my approach so far, and, well, it hasn't stopped working yet. But enough of this mindless violence. I'm sure by now that my legion of intellectual and thoughtful fans are keen for me to dig deep into the nuance and detail of this game, so let's get cracking. I think my favourite part is the bit where you shoot stuff, and also the bit where stuff explodes. Now, the exploding is really important, but I think the shooting part is really the key to understanding this experience. It calls to mind what Nietzsche called the will to power. It is the player's willingness to shoot that ultimately lets them ascend to the Übermensch mindset, whereupon they receive their reward in the form, of course, of explosions, in which their opposition is reborn and radically reshaped from antagonist into, well, a puddle of bleeding guts. Oh, this game just makes me happy in a way that's actually quite hard to pin down. Many people think the key to making a great game is to have dozens of innovative and unique ideas that gamers have never seen before, but nah man, the reality is that the key to a good game is just making the stuff you do in the game feel really nice. And Kickass Commandos arguably only has one halfway new idea, but I can't remember the last time I played a game that made shooting dudes feel this satisfying to actually do. They've thrown every trick in the book at making every interaction feel awesome, and they have completely nailed it. The graphics help a lot too. I mean, probably you wouldn't say this is the greatest looking game ever, but the visuals are just perfect for this style of gameplay. There's nice chunky sprites, there's really great explosions, the animations are good, there's good particle effects, everything is kept really short and sweet and fast. This game is as punchy as a UKIP voter at a pride parade, and honestly, I just can't fault the gameplay here at all. Which is not to say the game is brainless, because there are some smart touches here. Your default weapon is powerful, but it's also very short ranged, which encourages mindless aggression over too much thinking, and the weapon pickups are time limited rather than granting a set number of shots. So whenever you pick something powerful up, your best plan is always just to charge forward, firing constantly and hoping for the best. The enemy AI are absolutely the right kind of suicidal idiots, and the health pickups are frequent, but they vanish quickly if you don't pick them up. The end result of all of these decisions is this game conditions you from minute one towards a brute force, relentless forward momentum, endless aggressive approach. Now, but while I can't fault the game design on anything, I can fault a couple of other areas. For one thing, we have to look at this. Yes, this is the default Unity launcher pop-up again. You may remember my feelings about games that start with this box from my Cluster Truck review. There is no reason why professional products should have this left in them, and it's a terrible first impression to make. Look, just open Unity, go to this screen and click this box. Your pop-up is gone. It's literally this easy. And while I'm whinging, I'm afraid I do have to put my SJW hat on again and say that I'd really rather the game's writers weren't quite so keen on jokes about gay sex. We have a prison level named Don't Drop the Soap, for example, and then there's this. This is the Road a Rocket joke, which, as well as being yet another lol bummers joke from the game, is a direct lift from Quake 1. Now, far be it from me to lecture about comedic quality, but A, don't steal your jokes from the most famous video game ever made, and B, this joke is 20 years old. Seriously? I reckon we can do better than that nowadays, right? Regardless, you can probably tell I'm nitpicking a bit because overall I just really enjoyed this game. It's tremendously well made and designed by someone who obviously understands their craft. It's also exactly the kind of game that dies without trace on Steam, and so I urge you to buy this game and support a developer who clearly knows what they're doing. In my heart of hearts, I know this is not the sort of game that should get full marks in a review. It's really a kind of mindless action game and there's not a great deal of depth here, but screw that. This game has infused me with the spirit of an 80s action movie. I may not do things by the book, but I get results, damn it, and I'm giving this 5 stars anyway. And if those pencil pushers at City Hall don't like it, they can go talk to my gun.
BXB. It's in the game.